continue practicing different ideas of past habits, present habits, and talking about children, modern children, and children in the past. Yes, children of our times, let's say. And well, one of the parts of homework was to look at the text which we read last time, yes, and try to retell it. Do you think you would like to do it or next time?
I will be honestly, but I have time to do some homework because it's in embryology we have a busy time. It's in autumn and fall.
Fall. Yes. Right.
And it's a zenith.
Right. So it's the highlight, yes, of everything.
Highlight? Oh,
highlight.
thank you.
Yes, you can say.
Зенит, даже астрономический зенит это highlight?
Нет, это вот именно про время, да, it's a highlight, yes, of, or the high time.
High time. Thank you very much.
All right, yes, the high time. Well, hopefully you can prepare it for the next time, yes, and we can pass it next time. Yeah, so previously we were speaking about habits that are in the past. Yeah.
Yep.
And let's quickly refresh it to make sure we remember this all. So, make habits or to talk about habits in the past, we can use 3 different forms. What are they?
It's without notice. Okay. It's first of all, it's the form in which we can use to, past simple, and will be.
Okay, so let's start with past simple. Yes, not everything at once. So past simple, and we use past simple for habits or for single actions.
For habits and for single.
For both of them, right?
Yes, for both. It's
single actions.
Universal.
Actions. And for habits or repeated actions in the past, right? For habits and repeated actions. That's true. How about used to? Do we use it for single actions or habits?
It's for habits and for states of the state of our condition. I don't know.
Yes, and we can also use them with any verbs. Yes, state verbs and action verbs. Action verbs. True. And another one you said we can also use.
Was once only.
Once again.
It's that the action was only one times in the present, past simple.
In the past, yes. So I have single action here.
Single. Это would, еще would.
And would. And would we use for
repeatedly action is habits.
Habits and repeated actions.
Only, that's all.
Actions, but only with action verbs, yeah?
Yep.
That's important to remember. Only action verbs. Okay. And after used to, what form comes actually after used to?
Ink.
Try again. In 1 second, okay? I plug my charger, okay? My computer is just dying out. Just in a second.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so after used to, we use I used to go, I used to play.
First form of verb.
Yes, we call it infinitive.
Infinitive.
Infinitive, that's right. And what about would? What comes after would?
Ink.
I wouldn't go in.
No. I don't notice this. Not focused my attention.
I would play, I would, yeah,
Infinitive.
infinitive, absolutely right. Okay, so now we remember all the information, and let's give it a try to practice it a bit. And well, actually, on one hand, practice, on the other hand, check out, yes, if it's easy or difficult for us. I'm going to share with you my screen, and here you will need to have a look at sentences and decide which of the answers are correct. Sometimes more than one answer is correct. Sometimes all of them probably can be correct, yes? So as in first example, you see my parents were very strict, or my parents used to be strict. Why can't we say my parents would be strict?
Because it's not a state.
Yeah, the opposite. Actually, it is a state verb. Yes?
Yes.
Be is a state verb, exactly. Now, I'm going to give you 2-3 minutes, look at the sentences and choose what is correct. In your copybook, you can write number 2, for example, A, 3, B, C, and so on, okay? So work individually now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's discuss it. Number 2. So please read the correct answers. Which ones do you think are okay here?
I think that it's all answer is possible because it's repeatedly action.
Yeah, with action verbs. Yes.
Action verb.
All right. True. Number 3.
3 is the same as the same exercise. Simple example.
Yeah, repeated actions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Number 4.
It's only once, so it gave A.
Gave. Why?
Because the 5 years old is exist only one
Yeah.
times in our life,
Right.
and so it's only one possible answer is gave.
Right. And his mom gave him a bike. Also, it was one single action, right? Okay. How about 5?
Because it was every summer,
Mhm.
all answer is possible.
You are possible. Good.
Possible. 6 A once.
Oh, yeah, here is a very clear word. Once.
Yes, once.
Good. 7?
7. I have troubles with this because I think this is only A because I don't know, it's only for I didn't have.
Yeah, have is anyway. I think they didn't want to write it. Yes, it doesn't have to be double have. So like that.
Okay. Because it's I need in the different text only this form, and it's for my hearing. It's other form is not good.
Yeah, but how about, well, the rule? If you rely on the rule, do you think other forms are okay?
I don't. Maybe it's wrong, but about negative form. I maybe only just first form, because I don't know exactly, but мне так кажется. Как будто я слышала, что как будто только нет отрицания. Или нормально.
Okay. Yes, B is also okay. I didn't used to have.
Didn't use to, I didn't use. Okay.
Well, we can use negative, right, in with used to and with would also, but the verb have is a state verb. That is why we can't use wouldn't have. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be possible, right? So I didn't have, I didn't used to have, because it was a habit in the past, right? And yeah, they are both possible.
А как сказать, что значит do that day? Ну, то есть вот как бы...
Окей, я поняла. Do здесь заменяет глагол have. Если мы не хотим повторять один и тот же глагол, мы можем его заменить словом do. И получается, да, I didn't used to have so many toys. То есть у меня не было столько игрушек, сколько имеют дети сейчас. Просто глагол do, да, глагол have заменен на do.
Прикольно. It's like a once, да? Ну, типа.
One, да, только для глаголов. Это, скажем так, вспомогательный глагол, да, который мы можем заменить, чтобы не повторяться. Например, I didn't used to play, I don't know, active sports as much as the kids do now. So
Thank you.
In order not to repeat. Okay. Good. What about 8? What do you think? All 3 answers is possible
because it's just a repeating action.
Yes, right. Action. Good. We?
9 A and B because it's state.
Okay, right. Number 10.
Say only A because just. It's the same as the 7th.
So that means
A and B.
A and B both, right? Okay. 11.
My parents A and B because I think it's like states.
No, actually, let is not a state, so all of them are okay.
Let позвонить. Okay, yes.
It's fine. And
only A because it's only once was.
Yay, it happened only one time, only 1 year. Brilliant. That was easy. Yes. The only thing to remember is the negatives. Yes. We can use didn't, yeah, with used to. It's quite okay. Good job. Good job. All right. Now, then let's move on and we will speak about children a little more. And now we're going to have a look at some vocabulary. Just a second, please. Right. Okay. So we will look at some words and phrases we can use to talk about children and adult and children relationship. Here in exercise 8, I've got some words in the box and some sentences. I'm absolutely sure that you know some words in the box. I would like you to try to complete the sentences with your own ideas. Start with the sentences and with the words you know you understand. Later, in 2-3 minutes, I will help you with the new ones. But first, start with what you know, okay?
Okay. Arrangements.
Arrangements, okay. This is when I and some other people agree to do something.
Соглашение.
Соглашение или что-то устроить, такое что-то организовать, что-то устроить. Это существительные договоренности какие.
В том числе и в юридическом, да, смысле?
Могут быть.
Могут, да? Окей. Authority.
Start with the ones you know.
Complicated, I know. Control, I know. Entertain, no.
Control, you know. Okay, oops.
Experience in feel free, yes. Force, сила. Движущая сила.
Или, if it is a verb, заставлять, да? So control, what else did you say? Experience, yes?
Experience, yes. Complicated, сложность, сложно, осложненный.
Yes, very difficult, Force, да, это что будет такое?
Движущая сила, да, или заставлять.
Или заставлять, very good.
Feel free, чувствуй себя свободным. Узнала теперь.
Yes, good.
Manners, это, как паттерн, maybe, такой, что-то такое.
Okay, not sure, then I close it.
Он Russia, trouble. Trouble и проблема. Ну все, остальное только на уровне...
Okay. We will talk about them, no worries, we will talk about them. Now then, look at the sentences and complete the sentences with the words you know first. Okay, and then we will talk about new ones. Find out which words fit the sentences.
First, control. First sentence is control.
Good.
Second, money, то есть...
Okay, I will write. Control.
3, it's let. Second, shut down. 4, I don't know.
Okay, leave it alone.
5, yes, it's, I don't know.
Okay.
Two. I don't know about 7, or maybe about force, but it's
force the technology. I'm not sure. Okay, skip it. Take the next one.
Feel free, 7. 8 it's trouble for me. It's not easy for me.
Okay.
9 complicated.
If they complicated, глагол
Okay,
какой
no.
должен быть?
It's force, ну, как бы сталкиваться.
Ну, force не сталкиваться, force заставлять. Правильно говорите, что там сталкиваться или переживать, проживать должно быть, ага.
Ну, тогда, наверное, watch over, но я не знаю, как это. Давайте пропустим, потому что...
Okay, yeah, no problem, let's skip, let's look at the next ones.
Я думаю, что там в 10-м entertain, но я боюсь ошибиться, потому что это чисто интуитивно, поэтому пропускаем.
Okay.
It's good for children to be bored. Здесь какой-то нужен этот...
A verb, yeah? But how about number 10? Let's get back to number 10. Do we need a verb or noun?
Noun.
Noun. Singular or plural form? Too many.
Yes, too many. It's arrangements. Договоренности.
That's right. So we don't always need only to know you see the words, but you can look grammatically what fits. Да, договоренности, то есть они таскают детей там по всяким кружкам и так далее. Вот это все будет называться в данном случае arrangements.
Я просто думала, что arrangements, ну, как-то такое более юридическое.
Не обязательно, не обязательно.
Вот я не знаю, если для детей быть слишком скучными, что они могут, то что они могут?
It's good for children to be bored, so they learn to, okay, leave it, and the 12s.
Life is more complicated.
Complicated, that's right. Complicated. Okay, now have a look. We've got more than half of the words or half the words ready, yes? Now we're going to look at new ones that we don't know, okay? So, authority. It was a new word. This is a noun for us, noun. And authority is someone who is higher position than you. For example, at school, the teacher or the head teacher is authority. Yes? Or the lawyers are authority. So they are in good and respectful position. This is authority. Вообще, если его прямой перевод посмотреть, это власти какие-то, authority. Но это не только власть, это еще какие-то уважаемые, скажем так, люди. So these are people who are respectful. Okay.
It's more appropriate. It's fourth, but it's in authority. It's such a state authority.
Yes, let's read it. All the sentence.
Children should always respect people in authority. Просто in authority как состояние, что ли, или как?
Нет, которые во власти находятся.
Во власти, да?
В уважении.
Уважение. В авторитете. Like teachers and the police officers.
Right.
Для меня in authority вот это очень как-то вот странно.
But now we understand it. Yes, people in authority, уважаемые люди, скажем так, да? And let's pronounce it also as authority. Authority. Let's try. Authority.
Authority.
Okay. Next one, which is also new. Entertain, which is a verb. And to entertain means to have fun or to make someone to have fun. For example, I go to the concerts to entertain. I go to, I don't know, I go to the clubs or bars to entertain. Any ideas? What can it be? Развлекаться или развлечься. Развлекать. Развлекать вообще. To entertain, развлекать. What sentence would fit?
11. It's good for children to be bored, so they learn to entertain themselves.
Yes, entertain themselves. And what is a noun from this? This is a verb, and how can we make a noun?
Entertainment.
Entertainment, that's right. Entertainment, yeah?
Yes.
Let's say it again. Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Very good. Yes, that's right. And entertainment can be anything. TV, I don't know, computer games, whatever. Yeah. Okay, nice. Next one, experience, which can be a noun or a verb. Both.
Okay.
Yeah, не видно здесь. Okay, now.
Yeah, I understand. I think that's only noun.
No, it can be both, the verb as well. And to experience means to live through something. What do you think? What sentence would fit here?
Experience, it's maybe sixth, it's important to experience it, the technology.
No, I'm not sure. Experience как проживать, получать опыт.
Когда children only learn to become independent if they experience difficulties in life.
Yeah, so that means they come face to face with the difficulties, right? Okay, nice. The next one, force. Force, we said when you push someone to do something. What will it be?
It's important to force the technology. Getting into force is just part of... Я бы сюда ставила trouble. Parachute force, their kids eat everything. Не знаю. Для меня это, я бы сказала бы should not.
Okay, this is another question. Should or
yes.
should?
Потому что я об этом думала, а потом думала, ну нет, ну это же нелогично. Наоборот, они должны не заставлять есть картошку фри, а заставлять есть здоровую еду. Если было бы здоровое, да. About healthy food, окей.
Окей, но это предложение имеется в виду, что вот им дали еду какую-то, и они все съедят.
Всеядность, короче, развивать. Окей, ладно.
So parents should force their kids to eat everything. Okay. Trouble.
Trouble about thieves. Getting into trouble is just part of growing up.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And watch over.
Watch over. Кругозор, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Watch over means to, how to say it? Watch over. Наблюдать или контролировать.
Okay.
Watch over. Подсматривать, не знаю.
Мониторить как бы, да?
Мониторить, ага. It's important to watch over the technology that kids use and give them time limits. Does it fit?
Yes, very good.
Yes, it really fits well.
Yes.
Okay, now we know all the words and phrases. Now I would like to look at some phrases a little more carefully, yes? Okay, let's see here. We have good manners, but we can also have, what is the opposite?
Bad manners.
Bad manners, absolutely right. Okay, and you noticed very interesting phrase, people in authority, yes? And it is a fixed phrase, people in authority, yeah? So that means respectful people, yeah? Fixed phrase, people in authority. And another fixed phrase here is to get into trouble. Yes, I'm sure you have heard it because it's very common. To get into trouble means попадать во всякие передряги. Да?
Да.
Get into trouble is, yeah, to have some problems, to experience some problems. Okay. What else do we need to look at is some phrases, for example, the verb let. Force, one moment, and that is it for now. Check out, please, what comes after the verb let.
What comes from? No.
After.
You should not let.
You should after. You shouldn't let who?
Your
kids. And then play. Is it infinitive?
Let's play. Okay, yes, infinitive.
Yeah. So the form is let somebody do something. Yeah. No to after let. Let somebody do something. Не используем to в данном случае. Давайте тогда посмотрим на control. Control. Теперь опять же somebody. And then
to
check. Yeah, and we need to remember it. So control, again, somebody,
to
do. Yeah, to do. That's very good. Okay.
And force to.
Yes. And let's also check force. Yeah. Force, then who, their kids, and
to eat.
Eat. Yeah. So force.
Somebody to do.
Force, yeah, somebody to do. Yep, that's right. So this is what we need to look at. Yeah. And there is another verb, just like let somebody do. And another verb, we can also remember it, make somebody do something. В значении заставлять.
Make somebody do
something. Make somebody do something. For example, when I was a child, my parents made me, I don't know, do the washing up. For example.
Just
yeah, sure. So let somebody do something and make somebody do something.
Но при этом, if we speak about in the past, only made in the past form. Yes, it's do infinitive.
Yes, exactly. Do is always infinitive. The first verb is changed, yeah, but the second verb here is never changed. Okay. Brilliant. So, and you told me that it was not really logical. Parents should force their kids to eat everything. Let us discuss all of these ideas, all of these sentences, and well, discuss if we agree or disagree with these statements. Yeah. Could you please read statement number 1?
You can control kids all the time to check what they're doing. You have to let go.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you agree with it or do you disagree?
It's very difficult. As questions because I don't know, in big towns such as Moscow, I think that the parents should more control their kids because it's two very dangerous cities to the society. It's not good for sometimes it's not good for kids. It's spices, drugs and so on. It's not. It's traffic jam, cars, the big quantity of cars.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That's an interesting point. But I'm not sure that parents should control kids all the time. I would say that, first of all, parents can't control the children all the time because they also have to work. They have to do some, I don't know, day-to-day activities, right? And secondly, children should have a little bit freedom to decide what things they like doing, what things they don't like doing. Yeah, but to say you have to let go, this is also too dangerous, exactly, in big cities and in our dangerous society. So maybe the best is to keep balance. Yeah,
keep balance.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's look at the second one.
Important that children learn good manners. I like saying please and thank you. It's obviously true because it's usual. It's normal.
Yes, it's definitely true. And of course, parents should teach children, yes, good manners. It's very important. All right. What about 3?
You should let your kids play in the street. It's too dangerous. I disagree with this sentence because in the previous lessons we spoke about poor tendency, not bad tendency about decreasing activity in children in modern for modern children.
Children, no S, children.
Yeah, and I think controversially that parents let your kids play in the street as more as possible.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that of course we should let kids play outside, and because this is how they learn to live in society, to communicate and to make friends and so on. It's absolutely important. And also, of course, as you said, physical activity is very, very important for children. They don't move much, yeah, so they definitely need some active sports, and they can play active sports only outside. Good. What about 4?
Children should always respect people in authority, like teachers and the police officers. Yes, it's such as a good manner. It's normally for our society. It's good for society.
Yes, I believe it's true. But nowadays, it's also interesting because so many children, for example, do not respect their teachers, at school. And I know some parents say, the teacher is stupid. Don't worry. Yes.
Very often it's disgusting.
Yes, it is, isn't it? But it's a modern trend as well, yes, to protect your children as much as possible, but not teaching children to respect people in authority. Okay, what about 5?
Getting into trouble, part of growing up. It's true, but depends on the
trouble.
Yes, depends on the trouble, because sometimes child don't справиться.
Can't manage, да? Или can't cope with. Давайте cope with.
Cope with?
I write cope with.
Cope with the big troubles. It's too complicated for him troubles, and the parents should control the situation when the children forced to the trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Parents should be there for the child, but getting into trouble is a part of growing up and getting experience. When you were a child, did you used to get into trouble a lot?
No, because I have a very
past.
I was a very happy child. I have a sister. We were together anywhere, and
everywhere. I think everywhere.
Everywhere, and my parents was very good for us, and they kept balance good, and that's all.
Right. When I was a teenager, I used to get into trouble sometimes just because I was very interested in lots of different things, and I always wanted to try out anything. I don't mean I don't know, something bad, but I always wanted to go to a new place in the city, somewhere I don't know where, and I got lost, and I went to the places around Kaliningrad, and sometimes we got lost, and well, what not. I was very curious about the world. Yes, all right. So what about 6?
It's important to watch over the technology that kids use and give them time limits. I think it's actually is not only for kids, it's actually for adults
as well. Yeah, as well.
So it's very helpful for us to be modern person for a job, for life, for communication.
What do you think? How can parents keep a balance or set the time limits for technology?
My father had subscriptions to the scientific journal Science and Life, and this journal was kept in the toilet.
Was kept
in the toilet, and sometimes it was very interesting to read these books, because in the evening you don't touch this literature. But in the some specials, I don't know, it was good.
Yeah, okay. And many psychologists also say that you should give, or parents should give children the example, yes, and they should involve children into different activities, like cooking dinner together, yes, or going shopping together, and so on. So parents should involve children.
It was constantly in our family.
That's a great idea, actually, because in modern families, sometimes parents feel it faster or easier without children, yeah. And at the same time, children are just surfing the net and doing nothing. All right, that's an interesting point. What about 7?
Children should feel free to say whatever they want. It's normal, because the person must know how to say, must know that they can to say everything if they choose something important to have it. Maybe to say it. Right. Okay. Parents should force their kids to eat everything. It's despite what the food means, not just.
I think here are 2 ideas in this sentence. First of all, yes, so the children do not say this, I don't want to eat this, I also don't want. So they have to be, they shouldn't be, in English it's called fussy eaters. A fussy eater is a person who always says, no, I don't eat this and this.
Такой скряга. Разборчивый.
Разборчивый такой, да. Fussy eater. So that children are not fussy eaters, and so that children do not let much food on the plate. Yeah, so if they are given some food, they have to eat it up to the end.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
It's normal, but depends on the. Yes, it's normal. But I thought about different diet, but the parents know about some limitation. It's not problem for these questions.
Right. Well, I'm not sure, it's difficult to say. When I was a child, my parents used to force us to eat everything okay, to eat all the food we were given. But on the other hand, we could say that this food I don't want to eat today, and I want to eat something different. And it was also okay. This was no problem. And my parents never used to force me to eat food which I didn't like. So yeah, I could choose the food which I wanted. But sometimes I was given a choice. Do you want to eat this or this? Yes. To keep a good balanced diet. Yes. And this was okay. All right. What about the 9s? Let's check it out.
Children only learn to become independent in their experience and difficulties in life. It's such a, I don't know, it's a fifth sentence about that the trouble is part of growing up. It's normal for growing and maturation of our presentation of world. It's good for children.
Yes, of course. They have to face different situations in life. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay, 10.
A lot of parents make too many arrangements for their kids, like after school and weekend activities. Yes, for big cities it's normal, but it's for me it's not good if the children start to feel bad after it.
Yes, and I would actually also agree. Sometimes it's too much, and children do not know how to organize their time themselves, and that is maybe a disadvantage of it. Yes. On the other hand, some of these activities are really useful and they help children develop. So again, a good balance is important. What about the next one?
A lot of parents make too many. It's good for children to be bored, so they learn to entertain themselves. It's not easy to all of us, but it's very helpful for the all our life. Future. It's very good ability.
Yes, yes. I would definitely agree with this sentence. I would say yes, double yes. Because, yeah, it's not a good idea always to organize the time for children. They should do it sometimes themselves. They should find games they like. They should find friends they like, and so on. Yeah. Okay, what about 12?
Life is more complicated for kids than it was in the past. They are expected to do. Yes, my niece, two niece are school girls, and sometimes I think that school program is too difficult for children. It's too stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, and the children must to know a very big quantity
amount, very big amount of
around than we, but it's very hard.
Yes, I agree with you. Children or school children, they are given too much homework. And the exams are also sometimes too difficult. For example, I used to work with teenagers a lot, and they said that, well, some exams are crazy. For example, history exam or physics, they are too difficult, and you cannot pass the exam if you don't take extra classes or teacher to help you. So yeah, all right, very interesting ideas here, actually. Good. Now let's talk a little bit about past life and present life more. And we are going, first of all, to listen to people talking about some topics. Let's see. You're going to discuss how life was different when you were younger. First, listen to two people doing the same. And answer the questions. Yeah. So first, we are going to start with the first question. Which two topics are the people talking about? Okay. First, check out the topics. Do you understand them all?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's listen and find out which two topics are they talking about. Let's go.
Unit 2, Recording 8.
When I was younger, I used to do a lot of sport. I used to do a lot of judo. I belonged to a club and we'd go all over the place to do competitions.
Really? Did your parents used to take you?
No, I'd usually just go with people from the club. I think these days parents are much more involved. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's complicated. Are they showing interest or do they just want to watch over you?
Come on, I think it's good.
Maybe. Anyway, as well as judo, I used to go and play football in the park or go cycling. In fact, sometimes I'd cycle a really long way. I had lots of freedom.
Maybe that's because you were a boy. My parents wouldn't let me go cycling like that on my own.
Did they think you'd get into trouble?
No, I was pretty good. But they thought some of my friends might get into trouble.
So, did you used to do much sport?
We used to go swimming as a family sometimes, and we did a bit of gymnastics at school, which I hated. But I actually think it's better for girls now. They'd basically force us to do girls' sports when I was younger. But now girls are free to do all kinds of things. Judo, football, rugby. I think it's great.
Okay, so what do you think? Which two topics are they talking about?
About sports, sports entertainment. I don't know. And
I think mostly sports. And
I don't know, maybe parents. No.
yeah, that's true. And parents. Absolutely right. Yes. And okay, now let's listen to these people one more time. And I'd like you to take notes. What information does the man have, or what does he say about both parents and sports? And what does the woman say?
What does it mean? Judgment или как это?
Judo. It's a type of sport. Judo.
Judo. Все,
Да, у него просто J такой, да? Judo.
Понятно. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, please listen again and take notes. What do they say about sport and parents? Let's go.
Unit 2, Recording 8.
When I was younger, I used to do a lot of sport. I used to do a lot of judo. I belonged to a club and we'd go all over the place to do competitions.
Really? Did your parents used to take you?
No, I'd usually just go with people from the club. I think these days parents are much more involved. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's complicated. Are they showing interest or do they just want to watch over you?
Come on, I think it's good.
Maybe. Anyway, as well as judo, I used to go and play football in the park or go cycling. In fact, sometimes I'd cycle a really long way. I had lots of freedom.
Maybe that's because you were a boy. My parents wouldn't let me go cycling like that on my own.
Did they think you'd get into trouble?
No, I was pretty good. But they thought some of my friends might get into trouble.
So, did you used to do much sport?
We used to go swimming as a family sometimes, and we did a bit of gymnastics at school, which I hated. But I actually think it's better for girls now. They'd basically force us to do girls' sports when I was younger. But now girls are free to do all kinds of things. Judo, football, rugby. I think it's great.
Good. Okay, so let's start with the man. What does he think? What did he say?
Okay. He said, I said, okay. He was involved in a judo club.
Mhm.
They was participate.
He participated.
Participate in a different competition without about his parents. I didn't hear exactly what means, because maybe the father like more paper club. I don't know.
No, I'm not sure. Okay. Well,
It's
paper-
not so involved.
yes, the parents were not didn't used to be so involved in children's activities. He
Yes.
said he was quite independent, yes?
Yes,
And
yes.
he used to get to his place and to this club himself.
Okay.
Yeah, himself.
Yeah.
Right. And the parents didn't used to watch him over or control him a lot, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. What about the woman? What did she say?
I lost control of the text.
Any information? Maybe
Any
any?
information. The woman says about gymnastic. But I understand. I didn't understand how long they have gymnastic lessons, because I have a feel that the gymnastic gymnastic lessons, it's not too long and
Mhm.
without deep education.
Okay, okay. Did your parents used to control her a lot?
I don't catch this.
Okay, let's listen to it one more time, okay? And we will also read the script. What I would like you to do is check the information that we have just discussed, yeah? Focus also on the woman's information. All right, let's go.
Unit 2, Recording 8.
When I was younger, I used to do a lot of sport. I used to do a lot of judo. I belonged to a club, and we'd go all over the place to do competitions.
Really? Did your parents used to take you?
No, I'd usually just go with people from the club. I think these days parents are much more involved. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's complicated. Are they showing interest, or do they just want to watch over you?
Come on, I think it's good.
Maybe. Anyway, as well as judo, I used to go and play football in the park, or go cycling. In fact, sometimes I'd cycle a really long way. I had lots of freedom.
Maybe that's because you were a boy. My parents wouldn't let me go cycling like that on my own.
Did they think you'd get into trouble?
No, I was pretty good. But they thought some of my friends might get into trouble.
So, did you used to do much sport?
We used to go swimming as a family sometimes, and we did a bit of gymnastics at school, which I hated. But I actually think it's better for girls now. They'd basically force us to do girls' sports when I was younger. But now girls are free to do all kinds of things. Judo, football, rugby. I think it's great.
Okay, better? Yes, okay. So what about the woman? What did she say about sports and about her parents?
The woman have a sport when she was a child, but it's
try again. The woman
had sport.
Had sport or used to do sport?
I used to do sport when she was younger, but the sport was restricted by parents because the football, maybe cycling is not sports for girls, and parents Force
Yeah, forced her.
force her to the gymnastic, but gymnastic she hates the gymnastic. Themselves, now she thinks that's a good idea for girls, but now the girls have the bigger variety of available sports disciplines.
That's right. And she thinks it's a very good
Yes, for girls.
for girls. Yes, very good idea. She also said that she didn't get much freedom, yes, because her parents thought her friends would get into trouble.
Yes.
Yeah? Not she, but her
Not
friends.
safety friends.
That's right. That's right. Okay, cool. Now I would like to listen to it one more time. And could you please note down which of our new words that we learned today are used in this conversation? For example, force, maybe something else. Okay. So please listen, read, and note down which words are used. Let's go.
So, did you used to do much sport?
We used to go swimming as a
Unit 2.
Sorry.
Recording 8.
When I was younger, I used to do a lot of sport. I used to do a lot of judo. I belonged to a club, and we'd go all over the place to do competitions.
Really? Did your parents used to take you?
No, I'd usually just go with people from the club. I think these days parents are much more involved. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's complicated. Are they showing interest, or do they just want to watch over you?
Come on, I think it's good.
Maybe. Anyway, as well as judo, I used to go and play football in the park, or go cycling. In fact, sometimes I'd cycle a really long way. I had lots of freedom.
Maybe that's because you were a boy. My parents wouldn't let me go cycling like that on my own.
Did they think you'd get into trouble?
No, I was pretty good. But they thought some of my friends might get into trouble.
So, did you used to do much sport?
We used to go swimming as a family sometimes, and we did a bit of gymnastics at school, which I hated. But I actually think it's better for girls now. They'd basically force us to do girls' sports when I was younger. But now girls are free to do all kinds of things. Judo, football, rugby. I think it's great.
Okay, which of the new verbs and words did you see, did you hear?
Okay. I think that the men have a very big entertainments after his school.
Okay, let's only name the words. Yes, entertainment.
Entertainment. Okay, which over? No, I don't know. Authority, such as about parents' opinion.
Okay, but did they say the word authority?
Authority. Authority. Get in trouble about girls' friends.
Get into trouble.
Get in trouble.
I had some more.
Just another spot.
It was also complicated.
Complicated, yes.
What else?
It was known for me. It's just similar. Manners about
manners. Did they speak about manners?
No. Control.
Control. And another similar word to control. Watch.
Watch over.
Watch over. Yes. And two more. It was also let and force.
Force. Yes.
Yes, let and force. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at other topics. Here are entertainment, fashion, holiday, home life, parents, school and studying, sport and technology. I'd like you to choose any two topics, doesn't matter which, the topics you like. and think how was the situation in the past and how is it now. And I'd like you to think, how can you use new words that we learned today in this discussion? Okay, take your notes, think how can you use new vocabulary there. Okay, so how many topics do you need?
How many? Two?
How many? Two, yes, 2 topics. Take notes, think about vocabulary. You will have 4 minutes to prepare and then we will talk about
Okay.
it. Right. So, Erin, do you need any more time? Or
Yes,
are you ready? Yes,
No,
a
no,
little
no.
bit more. Okay, 1-2 minutes, and then let's start discussing. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to close it. Okay. So which topics would you like to discuss?
Entertainment and home life.
Okay, let's start with entertainment. What do you think?
And then entertainment is very interesting and good variant to spend free time. People force entertainment force up us to think deeper, also have a fantasy and relax. Themselves, some people home life is more important when they don't have a complicated unknown situation for him. Also, nobody don't watch over to them, to such people. Ну, никто не видит, не наблюдает за ними.
Okay, no one watches such kind of people, yeah? Nobody
Without...
watches these people over.
Nobody... Как?
Или как вот вы имеете в виду? Просто мы их не замечаем, мы их не знаем.
Никто за ним не наблюдает.
Yeah, nobody watches these people over.
Окей, over в конце. Окей, thank you. Okay, that's all.
Right. What do you think? Is the entertainment different nowadays than it used to be in our childhood?
I started to write about my entertainment when I was child. For me, entertainment, all entertainments was a big deal for all of us. But as I think now, especially for our parents.
Okay, not for
yes,
really
because
for
we
us.
lived near the Moscow, not in Moscow, and my parents have 3 children. It was a very live children.
Lively, yes, it was lively.
Yes, and
so what did you used to do, yeah, when you were children as entertainment?
And I understand that the entertainment now is more available. It's more the more variable types of entertainment are available now. But for me, I like etc. I like I don't know. It's the same entertainment which I liked when I was a child.
Okay, right. Well, yes, actually, to be honest, I agree with you that in our childhood, maybe the variety didn't used to be so big, yes? But the type of entertainment was quite similar, probably, yeah? But when I was a child, we didn't used to have, this children game rooms or the game rooms for children. But now children tend to go there, especially little ones, yeah, where they can run and jump and this stuff. We didn't used to have anything like that. We used to go to the zoo quite often when I was a child. We used to go to the theater and sometimes to the cinema. Yeah, well, probably these were the most common types of entertainment, yes? Right, okay, and what about home life? Do you think it has changed in any way?
Yes, because the technology is rising, the technology allow to us not boring at home.
Not to be bored.
Not to be bored at home. I think that it's living homely
life
is more usual than was previously.
Then it used to be. Давайте used to.
Then it used to be before. And it's not bad because yes, some people live home life. But I think that the modern people something lost when they stayed at home because they lost the communication, because lost the people bind.
Yeah, bounds. Yeah,
bounds and ability to have entertainments and expectations.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. That was great. You used so many good words, yes, from the lesson, but try to use used to a little more when you speak about past or would. Yeah, not only past simple, try to use other forms as well. Okay, right. And this will be actually the part of the homework, yes, with the study buddy. And your study buddy will be Victoria. I will inform her about it. And you will need to discuss 2 other topics.
Okay.
Right? Again, when you discuss, keep in mind past forms, yeah, used to and would. All right? Good. And I will post all the homework on Telegram as usual. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a good evening and see you next week then. Right?
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.